Hello, this is Mrs. Miner, teacher of the Science at Our House program, and this is a clip to give a sample of what we've been doing this year in life sciences. So this is when we are looking at after images, after we have already dissected a cow's eye, and we've learned about the different parts of the eye. We've learned about how the retina senses an image. We've seen that it's this really sensitive, very fragile pink skin. So we've talked about all the different parts of vision, the anatomy, how it works with casting a picture, and then this is one of the activities that we did, kind of finishing up how vision works. We looked at after images, and it made sense to the students because we had this whole background. And so they were able to understand how this was working. So feel free to join us and have your handouts so that you can enjoy learning about after images. After images, my magic tricks. I don't know if you've ever noticed when you see something bright for a while, sometimes afterwards you see spots in front of your eyes. Sometimes also when you look into a headlight, or if you're looking at candle flames in a dark room, you'll see spots afterwards. So you can think about what might be making that happen. So we're gonna try our first one here. We're gonna look at this black thing. We're gonna see if we can make that happen. So if you look at this picture, I want you to just kind of stare straight at it, straight at that black dot in the center. And we're going to do that for 15 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it to a blank picture. And you guys can tell me if you notice anything. And it doesn't work if you let your eyes roam around. So I want you to stare straight at the center. Keep your eyes fixed on that spot. And we're going to count. We'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And keep staring right at that spot. What do you see? What did you see if you kept staring straight at the white? Maggie saw something. What did you see, Maggie?
The shape of the star.
Aha!
Oh, yeah.
Timothy saw that too. What about Jack? What did you see?
I saw a star.
Isn't that interesting? Lainey didn't see anything. That's okay. We'll try again. We're gonna have a lot of these to play with. And Carl says he saw the star. Excellent. So when you are looking at that, it's almost like that picture kind of got burned on your retina, and that you kept seeing it for a second after, even when you weren't looking at it anymore. And this works for all kinds of pictures, but it doesn't work as well if the edges are kind of blurry. So we can try this. This one's a little bit trickier. So it was a little bit easier with the star, but with the, we'll try this. This one's a little bit trickier. So we're going to try and do the same thing, just staring at the center of this. And basically what we're trying to create is this after image. And remember, again, it's important not to let our eyes wander, because that will make it that will make it so that you're not making that same image on your eye. So we'll give this one to 15. So you're trying to stare right in the center, trying to not, I'm gonna move my cursor out of the way, trying to not move your eyes so that you're making that picture kind of imprinted on your retina, that's what it's expecting to see. So we'll do 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that one's a little bit trickier. Did that work for you guys?
You got it.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay. And Lainey saw it this time. Cool. Maggie and Will? Yeah? Excellent. Timothy, kind of. This one's a little bit trickier because those edges aren't as kind of clean as the star. So why on earth is this happening? Well, our magic abilities, our magicians, we're making things appear. It's just a white screen. So sometimes, remember when something touches your skin, you notice it right away. But if it stays there for a long time, you stop noticing it. Like you probably don't feel your underwear right now. It's been on you all morning and you kind of expect it to be there. And so it kind of has, we know something about touch that after you've had that feeling for a long time, your body stops noticing it. And after images are kind of like that. They're like your eye getting kind of tired or worn out or bored, and they need something different to look at. And bright lights really wear out your eyes fast. But staring at anything too long is going to make your retina kind of tired. So we notice that kind of staring like that feels unnatural to us. It feels a little uncomfortable after a bit. Our eyes want to wander. They want to shift. It helps kind of keep the image on your retina fresh. It keeps it from kind of wearing out. That's one of the reasons why our eyes keep moving around, and so they don't get tired of a particular view. So we've been playing here in black and white. I wonder how it works with color. So if you see in color, are we going to see after images in color too? So we're going to play a little bit with color here. Colors, pretty colors. So we're gonna try the same thing. We're gonna stare at one of these colors, and then we're gonna stare, for counting, and then we're gonna stare into the center where it's white. So when I did this, I found it easiest to do with the blue, but you can do it with any color you want. And it's also important with this one to give it a little bit of time. So whichever color you pick to stare at, you stare at it while I'm counting, and then look in the center, but keep staring in the center for a little bit to see the after image because it's different. It takes a little bit longer than those bigger pictures. So, has everybody picked a color? Pick one. Yeah? All right. So we're going to try, let's give this one a little bit longer because these tend to be a little bit harder to kind of get a clear picture. So I'm going to count down for 20. So pick your color and just keep staring at it. Remember, keep your eyes fixed on it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Stare straight in the center and keep your eyes focused on the center. So that worked for me. What did you guys see?
I chose yellow, but then when I looked in the center, I saw blue.
Aha! Interesting. Let's see what Maggie and Will saw. Go for it, Maggie.
I looked at blue.
Uh-huh.
But when I looked in the middle, I saw yellow.
Aha! Very interesting. All right, go for it, Jack.
I looked at red, and when I looked in the middle, I saw white, blue.
Interesting. Okay. And Lainey, what did you see? Lainey?
I was looking at green, and I saw purple.
Interesting. Okay. So every color in the wheel actually has, one of these after images. But when we see them, the colors are kind of different. Okay. All right. Just kind of clearing up with our sound a little bit. So when each color actually has a kind of a matched after image. So yellow kind of officially matches with violet. Red officially matches with kind of green and yellow. Blue with yellow and green with red. So every color gives us a different after image that's opposite to it. So we can try it, one more time and see, pick a different color. Again, these don't often come out perfectly. Depends how quickly we're kind of moving our eyes. But every color has an opposite color. And each one gives a different after image. So we can also, think if we can make it happen in reverse. So that's what we're going to do after this one. All right, so pick one more color. We'll try this again, a different one. And we'll see if you can see a different color. I'm going to pick, let's see, I think I'm going to pick purple. I had a hard time with purple. Red and blue were easier for me, but purple was kind of tricky. All right, so pick your color.
I'm doing magenta just like you.
Okay, well, we'll see what we see. Our magic tricks. So we're going to stare at whichever color we picked. And we're going to start counting back. We're going to go 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woohoo!
I got it. I saw green.
You guys saw green too. Let's see what Maggie and Will saw. What did you see?
I looked at the purple and I saw the green. And I looked at the yellow and I saw the purple.
Very cool. All right, go for it, Lainey.
I looked at the purple and I saw the yellow.
Interesting. That's kind of cool, isn't it? It goes both ways. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so just out of curiosity, did you guys notice what happened to the other dots that you weren't looking at when you were focusing on a particular color? Maggie and Will say have an idea. What do you see?
The other colors got blurry. Everything else got blurry.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they even fade out. That your vision makes it so that you don't even see them. Kind of cool, huh? All right. So if we know this about colors, if we know that we can make these after images and that we see the opposite color, maybe we could make it happen in reverse. So if we wanted to make ourselves a nice flag, like a nice American red, white, and blue after image, we'd have to figure out what colors do we color the real flag to make it red, white, and blue. So you have a handout, which you can do this at home. So you could take this and color it to do the opposite, so that when you stare at it, when you stare at the top, like we did, counting, down from 20 or 30, and then you'd stare at the bottom, you can get the after image. So you can fill this out for yourself at home and draw it and make it work. But let's see, if we said that we wanted, say, red, we'd want to color part of it. What was the opposite of red?
Green.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so the part that we wanted to be blue, the opposite of that was, you remember?
Orange.
Kind of orangey, yellow. And then kind of our obvious one, the opposite of white is? Black. Okay. So you guys can do this at home. You can have your handout and do that and color it. But we also have one where we can do this ourselves, where we can play with it. Are we going to get a very cool flag? We'll see. So basically you can, like I said, you can do this yourselves at home to make it happen. But we're gonna play with it a little bit in class too. So this one's a little bit more complicated, right? We do have those sharp edges, but if we want to get all of this, if we want to get a really cool picture, we want to stare at this for a little bit. So I'm going to count back from 30, and you want to stare right in the center. I'm going to move my cursor out of the way. Let's see if we can make, abracadabra, all fancy magical words, alakazam. Let's see if we can make a flag. So staring right in the center. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yeah, it kind of works. It looks like the real American flag.
Isn't that cool?
Really cool.
I think that's awesome. Very different, huh? Cool. So there's one last thing we can do, which is a little bit tricky. But because we have a few more minutes, we'll give it a try. So we know that we can make these kind of pictures that we've been talking about, these after images. Sometimes photographers make pictures in the opposite color and they call those negatives. So what happens if you stare at the negative for a while and then look at a blank screen? So when we look at this, is this a color photograph or is it a black and white one? It's going to be kind of tricky for us to figure out. So we're gonna try it on this one and see. Remember, it's a little trickier, but we're gonna give it a try. So we'll count back from 20 on this one, last one. So kind of look maybe right at that little blue part of the flower in the center. And so we're gonna count back from 20. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this one was a little bit tricky because instead of putting the blank, we put the black and white photograph. And if your eyes had kept the color there, that can make this photograph look like a color photograph. Like I said, that one's a little bit more tricky. Fun, fun, fun. So what do you think? Are you guys all magicians?
Yeah.
Lainey doesn't feel like a magician. Well, you know something now about your eyes. You know that they work a lot the way your other kinds of feeling of touch does. That things can get tired. They can stop noticing things.